Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, and today's topic, I'm going to call it Contemplative Sketching. But before we begin, welcome back if you're returning and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a habit. I'll start a 10-minute timer. I'll link to a video. I'll just get started sketching here, but I'll link to a video where I talk about using Pinterest. Like I just open up the feed and then like the first 4 rows that pop up like on the screen, I'm able to see like the first 4. So I'm just gonna do something kind of similar, except in this one I won't explain too much. So in the other one, I kind of talked about the process a little bit more, so that's why I'm going to link to it. But in this one, I'm going to just draw like what I see, but I'm not going to zoom in to like get the detail, and I'm not going to try to make it look like that much like it. Maybe I'll get like the pose, like kind of like this, like kind of get the idea for the pose or like the hands, but I'm going to do it in a way that I can replicate it like from imagination and like have like a certain style. So, and it'll be basically like the layout or like the sketch. So a layout is a kind of sketch. It's a kind of preliminary sketch. And it can be helpful for someone else, but it can also be helpful for yourself. And it is kind of up to you, like how much like useful, like how much information like you need. So for example here, like the main thing here is like the pose. Because some of this I wouldn't have thought of, because I'm never opposed to using reference. It's just really like what makes for an interesting picture, and also I'm not that interested in copying. Like, that's the thing. And part of why I do it kind of quickly is because sort of the more I look at it, like the more it looks like the picture, like the photo, and I'm just not that interested in that. However, it can be interesting and give you ideas because there's just like a lot more variety in life. Even like in the same kind of, even if you're like kind of drawing like the same kind of subject. So to me, these are like the important things for like the layout. Like once I kind of have this, I can pretty much fill in the detail. But this might be good if you're wondering, like, before you go in to like spend time detailing it, like if the sketch is even good. It's kind of a good exercise. I think that if this part doesn't look good, then there's really no point in putting the icing on the cake. There's like little details, like the hands, for example. So I'm calling it contemplative because I didn't really have an idea. And I feel like sometimes, like I didn't have an idea of what to make this video about. So this is like a way, basically, to just have something to sketch. This hand is like too big. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. Now you can fix some things. So for example, this finger. So like you can fix, like give yourself some notes. So for example, I'll just do this and make it, like incorporate it. So there's a lot of that going on, especially with pen and ink. So you're kind of giving yourself, like, again, it just kind of takes some practice to figure out how much room, how much wiggle room. So that's, I'm just kind of giving myself a note that I'm adjusting that. And of course you can always redraw it. I probably wouldn't, because this is like I consider this like a study. But it can give you ideas. So I'll link to the other one, but like in this one, it's the same process as far as like how to get the ideas, but I'm going to draw them in like kind of different sizes. So in the other one, I kind of kept them like in 4. But then here, for example, I can just go ahead and just do this, like incorporate it, like make an illustration out of it. And yeah, just kind of get the idea from the reference, which was random. So this is just another approach to picture making. And yeah, it won't be, this video won't be too long. This was the idea I had, but then you might just want 10 minutes to sketch along with. So then you can kind of deviate from the reference, just like if I shade this to fix like the hand right here, I might end up putting some shadows here just to incorporate like the background. So that's one way to approach that. Let's say that, so there's like a picture of a night or something. So I'm going to outline this a little bit, and then maybe suggest a wall, and then the night is, it's like bigger, but I'm going to just kind of draw like to scale, like a figure. And just like make this part up. And it may or may not turn into something. As far as like the perspective, it would be right here. You can suggest, it doesn't have to be too perfect. As far as like the lighting, you can be a little different here than here because she's closer. But like right here, you could start to wrap this up, but like just, I'll kind of wrap it up by talking about like the contemplative aspect. So like the silhouette is here. So then you can kind of begin to suggest the lighting. And then yeah, you can look up more specific details, but that's like the basic look of it. So that's 10 minutes. I'll start to wrap this up. And if you have this much, there's room to sort of begin to make it more original, basically. And it's already kind of original just because this wasn't there at all, and then this was kind of inspired. This one like is basically like the reference, but it would be good to make it look more different, in my opinion. Like, that's why I don't put too much detail in if I'm looking at something, because this gives me some room to make it look more different and like be inspired by it but not copy it. But I think that was contemplative. I don't know, I might do another one. It's just what I thought of calling it, but this was just like an approach to, I mean, I could have called it imaginative, I suppose. But that'll be it for today. Daily sketching routine. I want to thank you for joining me, and if you enjoy these videos, please support the channel. I appreciate it, and until next time, keep on sketching.